Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for the Untangle community webinar on Command Center. Today, we'll be showcasing all of the new features that are available in our Command Center product. My name is Shannon Bonfiglio. I'm part of the marketing team here at Untangle. I'll be your host today. I have with us our Director of Products, Bill Takas, who will be taking us through the presentation and demoing the product along the way. Next slide. Great, thanks. Just a few housekeeping rules before we get started. If you are selecting to use a phone, please be sure you are dialing in and using the access code provided. You can also use your computer audio to listen in. Just make sure you have the right selection selected. As a reminder, this webinar is being recorded for you to share and follow up later on. We'll be sharing the link on the Untangle YouTube channel within 24 hours after this has ended. As always, we have a few staff members on hand to help answer questions throughout the presentation. So please just submit those questions through the Q&A box and we'll get to those at the end of the presentation. And as always, if we don't get to your question or if you have a very specific question in regards to your network setup, you can email us at support@untangle.com or sales@untangle.com. And with that, I'll pass it over to Bill.
Hello, everyone. As Shannon mentioned, I'm Bill Takas. I'm the Director of Products here at Untangle, and I'll be taking you through Command Center today and our most recent updates. Before we begin, let's talk a little bit about what Command Center is and what you can do with it. There are three central functions and things that you can do with Command Center. The first thing to think about is Command Center is a way to manage your business relationship with Untangle. You can manage subscriptions, your payment information, all of your My Account settings from within Command Center. The ability to upgrade subscriptions, renew subscriptions, and transfer subscriptions. Next, Command Center is a centralized management place, single website where you can manage multiple NG Firewall deployments. So it's a single pane of glass to be able to not only manage, but also remote access and then deploy applications for firewalls. And last, it is a delivery vehicle for cloud-based services from Untangle. Many of you are probably familiar with Scout IQ. If you have Virus Blocker, Scout IQ is included with it, also provides you an additional layer of protection. In addition, we'll be over the course of 2018 and into the future, rolling additional cloud-based services and products out, and they'll all be accessed through Command Center. From a benefit standpoint, there are many benefits of using Command Center. Probably the most important is it's a single place for you to manage all of your interactions with your firewalls as well as with Untangle itself. But you can also get aggregated alerting. You can reduce your overhead costs. You can consolidate all of your NG Firewall deployments in a single place and enable your technicians to manage only certain firewall appliances. You can clone, edit, and push policies, and it's really a good solution for those who are a managed service provider or a managed security service provider. So let's talk a little bit about what's in Command Center right now. I'll also highlight the most recent features that we've introduced. First, let's talk about the dashboard. The dashboard is your at-a-glance look at all of your firewall deployments. It provides aggregated alert history, event history, and also gives you some idea of network utilization. We also provide a map to show you where things are located geographically. Alerts are probably one of the most used and most interesting features of Command Center. They allow you to aggregate alerts across all of your firewall deployments in a single place and then create notification profiles so that you can interact with various other tools to help manage the firewall. So what does all that mean? So that means that I can select or craft alert rules and notification profiles for a specific set or specific firewalls. I can then push those alerts into other services. We already have integration with things like PagerDuty and Slack or any other service that can consume a webhook. You can use this to push notification, consolidate alerts off the firewalls and then push them into those services. Again, a really good feature for service providers who are using Untangle to protect their customers. Also on alert rules, you have a notification log so that all of the notifications get consolidated in a single place. You can see what's happening. There's also an appliance tab in Command Center, and from this tab, you can see all of the appliances that you have, both online and offline. You can do bulk upgrades. There's also an appliance dashboard that provides secure remote access to the appliance. So if the appliance is online, you can easily click a button and be dropped into securely that appliance. So you can navigate on that appliance itself. It also provides system information about the appliance. Basically, it's system health. You can also see what applications are installed, and it'll start to provide alerts and other threat information that appliance might be seeing. Reports. We currently support aggregated reports across all your firewall deployments. There's 30 days worth of reporting. There's audit history, bandwidth control, events, web filter. Again, the notification information is there as well. We will be adding more reports over 2018, so stay tuned on that. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about what's new with Command Center. So first, we've added a few things around tools and accounts. From a tool standpoint, we now support multi-factor authentication. So that you can turn that on. You go to your account and go to settings, you can turn multi-factor authentication on. Once you do that, your account and any other account that's associated with your account, so if you invite one of your technicians to your account, they will also be required to use multi-factor authentication. We continue to improve and make the UI responsive so that you can get to it through a mobile device. And then last but not least, some of you today who have logged into Command Center have seen our message on GDPR support. For those of you who aren't familiar, the General Data Privacy Protection Act and requirements have made some changes on how we handle your data and your privacy, basically being more explicit. And also from with my account, part of GDPR, you can ask for a copy of your data. You can also be asked to be forgotten. So that's all accessible through my account. I'll show you where that is in a moment. One of the things that we've been working on that we know is pretty critical for most service providers is the ability to create and push template policies and relevant configurations from one Untangle appliance to many. So this is a new feature in Command Center. It gives you the ability to select an Untangle appliance as the master and one or more appliances as the target. And what this feature will do is it will take the policies and configurations from that master appliance and push them to the targets. It also supports sync capabilities so that once you establish a template, as you make changes, you can sync those changes across that template that you set. Very powerful feature and fairly straightforward and easy to use, and we'll show you that in a moment. So let me go ahead and go to the demo portion of the webinar. Everyone should be able to see my screen. We're right here on the dashboard. The first thing that I want to show you are the My Account pieces that we talked about. So if you go to settings to enable multi-factor authentication, you just simply check this box, hit save, and you will now have multi-factor authentication associated with your account. Each time you'll log in, you'll provide an access code in addition to authenticating with your username and password. I also mentioned our GDPR support. If you want to delete your account and be forgotten, you would simply click this button, and we will remove you from your account. Also anonymize any required information that we need to continue from a business standpoint, just from a record keeping standpoint. If you'd like to request a copy of your electronic record, you simply click this button. What this will do is it will create a support ticket, and the support team will reach out to you with a copy of your data. All right, so let's look at the appliance section, the policy section right now, and set up a template. Before I do that, let me show you what's in this account. So I have 4 appliances in this account. You can see them here, 5 appliances, I should say. 4 of them are actually online. So I'm going to create a template using this custom account or this custom appliance right here and push them to 2 other appliances. And to do that, it's pretty straightforward. The first thing you do is just come in and select the template appliance that you'd like to use as a template master. And if you recall, this is the one right here. It's a very wizard sort of format. Templates and the template push capability leverages the Untangle backup and restore process to grab those policies and the related configurations. And again, a policy is a collection of applications and their relevant configs. So it will grab all of that with the exception of the network settings from the master, and it will use this as a template to push to the target. So I'm going to select this backup. I made a backup shortly before we started today. I'm just going to hit this refresh button to make sure that I've got it. Click this right here. I'll hit next. And the next piece, you want to select the target appliances. So I'm going to select these 2 target appliances as part of this template. And I can go ahead and sync now. But before I do that, let's take a look at a few things here. So I'm going to go to one of these. I'm going to show you what's on the current master appliance and also one of the targets. Go ahead and log into that one. And this is the master. It'll take a moment for it to come up. I'm going to go ahead and remove everything but the default policy on this particular appliance. Getting a few exceptions here. And as you can see from the master appliance, I have 4 policies configured. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sync these 4 policies to those target appliances. So if I go back to Command Center here, and I hit sync now, what it will do is it will take those policies from that master appliance to the target. And again, it's using the backup and restore process. So it takes a moment or two for it to sync. Okay, so everything should be successfully synced from the master to the target. Let's go back and take a look at that, either of those target appliances. And you can see right here, the target, this EC2N2 appliance now has all of the appliances from all of the policies from the template master. And just as a recap, I'll log into that master too, just so you can see that. While it's doing that, I want to go back to the command center. So one of the nice features about this is that once you have a template configuration set up, any changes that you make on that master, you can easily redeploy them from a template standpoint to any of those targets that you've configured in a template profile. This will allow you to sort of make changes in one place and push them to all of those target appliances. If you recall, here are the 4 policies from the master. So again, this is the master with 4 policies, and this was the target with the 4 policies. So that concludes the demo for today. And we can now answer any questions.
Yeah, I was hoping, Bill, maybe you could go over the different tabs. You mentioned them, but maybe kind of showcase the dashboard.
Yeah, we'll do the tour again. So this is the dashboard, and just to recap what's here, it's an at-a-glance information of your entire command center account and all of the appliances that are configured with it. You can get appliance status information here. It'll tell you whether or not they're on or offline. They have any alerts that they're generating. We'll also show recent hosts and audit history. And again, this is all consolidated information across the entire fleet, if you will, that you have in Command Center. You'll get block threats, total bandwidth, top domains. On the alerts tab is where you configure alert rules and then notification profiles. So the rules are what you're looking for. So right here, I have a rule that's looking for Untangle appliance connected. That rule is also active. And then I've created a notification profile to consume that rule. And so what this will do is I have an email rule set up so that anytime it finds that alert rule on Appliance Connect, it will fire off an email. And of course, you can see here that you can manipulate a lot of the alert rules themselves by being able to craft specific notification profiles based on your alerts. And then last but not least, this is a log of all of the rules it's found, and then the notification profiles that it's fired off. Next is the Policies tab. We just took a look at the template configuration push. You can also push individual policies if you need to. So for example, if you have a specific application control policy on a particular appliance, you can create a policy off of that. I'm just going to do this as an example. And then you can set that policy to another, you can set that policy to one or many target appliances. The Reports tab pulls a lot of that information from the dashboard and puts it into this particular tab. For example, you can see appliances by bandwidth. You can, again, get a 30-day history across all of your appliances with regard to these reports. This is an area that we'll certainly be iterating on in the coming months. And then last but not least is a tools area. You can enter here IP addresses, URLs, MAC addresses, or even MD5 hashes from Scout IQ, and they'll provide you some information. We'll do a lookup on this so that you can get diagnostic information while you're troubleshooting. So I just looked up this IP. Doesn't look like there's much info here. Let's try another one. And so it's just showing a little bit of data about this. But a lot of folks will use this for diagnostic reasons. It'll provide you a set of information relative to networking around an MD5 hash, specifically around a security threat, an IP address, URL, or MAC address. And then the last thing that folks need to be aware of is access to my account. To do that, you would come over here, click My Account, and you'll be brought to the account section. And again, what's here is, let me also start from the bottom up. Again, we talked a little bit about this, is being able to configure various security settings. You can also get access to your account data or be removed from Untangle if you so desire. The Users tab will allow you to invite users to your Command Center account. So this is really useful if you have multiple technicians and you want to manage everything out of one account. So you would create a master account, if you will, invite everybody to that master account. And then what you can do is you can actually give specific permissions for users to manage a set or a collection of Untangle devices. So what I've just done is I've given Kevin access to those 3 appliances. He's already invited to my account, and when he logs in, he will only see those 3 appliances. Any invoice information you have on billing, you will get here. Subscription information, so you're able to manage your subscriptions here. I can assign or unassign subscriptions. I can also do renewals and or upgrades if the subscription is in that state. I have a tab for billing information, my address information, login information if I want to change my password, contact information here, and of course just general account information. So that's a quick overview of Command Center. The last thing I want to show is talk briefly about what is coming in Command Center. We have a few things that we're working on. So based on some feedback we've received over the course of the summer, we will introduce additional user roles into Command Center. So what does that mean? So right now I can invite my technicians. We'll also be looking at potentially partner sales roles. So if you're a partner of Untangle and you have salespeople who need to interact with Untangle, we'll provide a role for that. We're also thinking about a finance role, so enabling somebody to manage that business relationship with Untangle, payment information, subscription information. And so those are some of the roles that we're thinking about and will likely appear over the course of the summer. Based on the effort that we've done with the template appliance push, we are in the process and will continue to iterate on the idea of zero config provisioning. So that's fancy words. What does that mean? Well, that means you're going to be able to buy an appliance from Untangle, tell it what subscriptions that appliance is supposed to have and what specific policies it's supposed to have. So leveraging that template push prior to having that machine arrive or that appliance arrive at a customer site or your site, it will already know what apps and policies it's supposed to have. So the idea is that the appliance arrives at the customer site or your site, you plug it in, you get it network connected, it will push its applications and its relevant policies already to the machine, so that you can save that time and effort of having to log in and do all of that manually. There are a number of user experience updates we're going to be working on. We're definitely going to be working on that appliance area to make it easier to use. Reporting is another area that we're thinking about, and we'll add additional reporting. And then the last thing is, over the course of this year, we'll be introducing new web-based services in Command Center, or will be accessed by Command Center. More to follow on that.
Great, thanks, Bill. We have a few questions that came in. People were wondering, what is required for Command Center in terms of NG Firewall subscription. So if you want to kind of
NG Firewall Complete to use all of the features in Command Center, you need to have a complete subscription.
Great, and then we also do provide five free deployments, and then after that there is pricing. All our pricing's on our website, by the way, for all of our products, so you can always check it out there. Let's see. Some other questions came in. Where can people go to get information on Command Center? Like, we have the wiki for NG Firewall. Where can people go?
Yeah, so we'll be adding to that wiki. We are in the process of crafting all of that.
Do you want to show it? Or is it not there?
We are literally in the process of adding to that.
Okay.
So stay tuned on the wiki.
Okay, so just like NG Firewall, we put all of our technical documentation on the wiki, so we will have a wiki page for Command Center. Let's see. I think that's it. Do you want to go to the next slide?
Yeah.
So keep bringing your questions in if you have any questions. A lot of repeat questions that came in. So if you have any other questions while we're on, please send those over. Just want to mention our promotions that we have going on currently. Our trade-in, trade-out program, you may have heard of it on some other webinars. Basically, we provide special pricing opportunities for you, whether you have an existing Untangle subscription or hardware and you want to upgrade that to something better that suits your network a little better if it's growing, or if you're looking at some competitor products but looking to see how Untangle can possibly help save you some money, we do offer some special pricing for that. So that's one promotion. Our other promotion is, I know there were a lot of home users on today asking some questions, so we are very grateful you guys use us at home, but if you ever do bring us to work, we do offer some special pricing for that. So give us a call or talk to your sales rep. If you don't know who that is, email us, sales@untangle.com. We can get you some of those special pricing discounts. I think that was about it. Let me see if there's any other question. Does creating a master template to push out policies require dedicated hardware?
No. Yeah, if you're running Untangle on a device, on a computer, or on a host, Command Center will work with it.
Okay, great.
One thing I do want to mention for those brave users who are into betas, we posted the betas for the next version of NG Firewall 14.0 on the forums today. We welcome anybody who wants to try that. It certainly helps us, and you can get a sneak peek at what's coming.
Great, thanks, Bill. I think that was about it. Command Center is a great tool for partners as well as those customers that have multiple sites that need to be able to remotely manage wherever they are. We hope that helps a lot of our customers and partners.
Yeah, that's right. The design goal for Command Center is really about trying to do more with less. And, we will continue to iterate on, automations, things like these template policy pushes, all in the drive to lower our partners' costs in terms of managing and deploying NG firewalls. Again, as Shannon said, if you're a partner and you have multiple Untangle deployments, it really pays to have NG Firewall complete. You can leverage all of the functions and features of Command Center, and we are going to continue to iterate to make your life even better, as you can see through things like template push and what I talked about from zero touch config.
Great. I think there's just one more slide, and I think we're pretty much done. Yeah, so just I know some very specific questions are coming in. But thank you so much for your time today. I know we have a double duty this week with webinars. Our GoToWebinar decided not to work last week, so thank you everyone who was able to join today again for this rescheduled webinar. And we do have a Tech Talks on Thursday with our IPsec VPN. There's been some new improvements to that, so we'll be taking you through a demo of that. That's again a very technical webinar, so hopefully you are interested in that. And thank you everyone for taking the time. Thank you, Bill, for the great demo, and we'll see you guys on Thursday. Thanks everyone.